So my motivation to choose this specialization were probably already my passion for entrepreneurship. I already own a business and therefore I chose this specialization to get some running on experience and some mentorship on my business in order to help myself grow and learn from it.
So my motivation to choose Start Your Business was that I've always taken an interest in entrepreneurship from a young age. I always looked up to entrepreneurs. I didn't want to work for myself and really wanted to grow something. And when the ability came to choose a specialization, it was basically a no-brainer for me to just choose this, get the practical approach, and really get my entrepreneurial journey started and going.
Since a young girl, I wanted to have my own company and to work on my own. And to be honest, I really didn't see myself working for someone else. So this was a great opportunity to start my own business. And I was also really motivated to do that. But also the working environment, the entrepreneurial challenges that I wanted to achieve, and also the experience that I wanted to gain.
So the three words I would use to describe the specialization would be probably empowering, collaborative, and practical. Why do I choose these words? Well, empowering would be because it gives you that sense of independence to actually make and shape your future. Collaborative would be because, of course, you're in a class with other students and with your mentors also, and it's all about the co-working and getting the ideas solved by everyone. And then the last one, practical. Why? Because we give a practical approach on actually applying the stuff we learned in the other classes into making a business.
So if I were to explain the specialization in three words, I would say challenging, rewarding, and environment. Challenging because it's really challenging to start up a business, to really get it going, to really put in the work to set up a business outside of school and to combine it with school. But that's actually also the really rewarding part. If you see progress, if you see your stuff going, if you finally get the customers in, it's a really rewarding feeling. And environment because you're surrounded with really like-minded individuals who think alike, who also try to grow their business and have different ideas and views on your business. So it really helps you grow.
I would say innovative, rewarding, and practical. Practical because everything that we learn, we do it. We actually really start our own businesses. Rewarding because of the hard working hours, we really get rewarded by starting our business and having already the experience for the future to work on our business or develop it into a further or a bigger business. Last but not least, I would say innovative because we can sign ourselves for events that we can go to and talk with real companies from everywhere, from the Netherlands. They can teach us, they can give us advices about what we can do better in our business, or they can tell us more about how they started their own business.
For me, I learned how to do idea generation, how to do the business plan in a better way, how to propose a value, have a unique value proposition, and also do some market research on the idea, etc. So it's quite practical approach in order to create businesses.
So what I learned as of now in the specialization is making a business plan, how to do my marketing, how to do my sales, how to get my first customers. You get help through the entire journey of starting up your business and really coached to your own business and to your own liking.
I would say 100% making your business plan for your own company. The business plan is everything that you get taught in class from the coaches, how to create your branding, your market research. It all helps you to make your business plan. And also outside of that, there's also events that we can sign in and attend to get in touch with other companies that can help us with getting creative, with hearing stories about how they started with their own business, which is really important to get more inspiration with real companies. And you can also really easy make connections, build your network, and also find also clients. That's also really easy thanks to those events.
Well, as I already mentioned, I really liked the practical point of view and more or less the freedom that you get. Of course, it's your business, so you have to more or less do it the way that you want. But at the same time, probably what I disliked is that, of course, making a business is a challenge for time management.
So what I like the most about the specialization is indeed the environment, the classroom you're in. You're in a group with a lot of people who also are like-minded, who also started the business or want to start a business, who have different views, different ideas on your view, your business. So that's really nice. In particular, I don't have really much things that I dislike about the specialization. What someone might dislike is the amount of time it takes up for you. It does take time outside of school to start up a business. So do keep that in mind. For me, it doesn't matter if it takes up a lot of time. I really like it, but it might be something to consider.
Well, let's start with the dislike. What I disliked is, well, it's not really a dislike, it's something that can be improved. I would love to talk, to have more communication with more professional companies, and specifically in my area, for example, in marketing, because every company has their own marketing department, but I would love to meet companies that specifically are working with marketing. What I like about the specialization is the practical approach and the positivity and also the help from the teachers that we get.
So I think the most important knowledge or skill that you actually get from the specialization is the entrepreneurial mindset. And you can really see that after more or less practicing it in the specialization, you get to apply it in other activities that you may participate. And in my case, for example, that can be extracurricular activities that I currently participate in, that I see myself always trying to get the learnings that I've got from the specialization out there.
So how do I already apply the knowledge learned from the specialization? So I already can apply the knowledge as we go to start my business, to get my first customers, to get my marketing going, to get help with all the things I need that I don't know, because you're just starting a journey which not a lot of people go onto. So yeah, this applying the skills in real time to your business really helps me and is really beneficial for the business.
Well, in the first couple of weeks we got a lot of support and explanation, and that explanation and information that we got from the teachers and coaches, I gathered it in one and made my own business plan and also market research plan, which helped me really with actually starting my business. The networking events really helped me with building my network and also learning from other companies. The market research really helped me with looking and finding my competitors and also my customers. And the business plan really helped me with actually building my company.
So I would say the thing to take in mind for this specialization is that it takes a lot of determination. It takes a lot of abilities to manage your time and a lot of effort. And more or less, you actually have to have some business ideas already clear before you start the specialization in order to actually get in the move once you start.
So what other students need to consider when choosing this specialization is that you really need to consider, do you really want to start your entrepreneurial journey? Because it does take a lot of time and effort to really grow your business. It's not like you go to class, you just learn a little and you take an exam and you pass the year. Now you really need to put in the time, put in the effort, and that may not be for everybody. So you really need to consider if you really want to do this.
In my opinion, choosing the specialization should be for someone that is actually willing to start your business, because it's not a class that you go to and have just classes. It's not about that, it's about the motivation that you have and about the inspiration and about the willingness to start your business. It's a serious course that you can take, but it's also amazing because of the people that are there, of the environment, of the teachers, because the teachers there, they're not your usual teachers, they're your friends and your coaches that are willing and want to help you on the way.